the subject. That goes completely all the way in those 5 stages describing it. From Gopal Guru Gosvāmī to the Vijay Kumar. And final chapter, chapter 40. Yep. No, actually, chapter 39 is entering into Lila. Chapter 40 is called the Supreme Wealth. That's the one. And there's a Phala Shruti. It's not a chapter, but it's after that. So.
Reading Jīva Dharma every day.
Who?
As part of it. By reading that, once you read that.
Yes. Yes, and so all the connection between Raghavartana Chandrika and especially the final chapter of Jīva Dharma, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he gives the ultimate appreciation of those 5 stages. And it's not just in the stage of sadhana, but it's also in the stage of bhav, those 5 stages. They're very essential parts of our philosophy. Here.
So do you have a 50 rupees change?
Gauranga. Choose your weapons.
These are the weapons
Yeah.
described by Lord Chaitanya.
Yes.
Actually, they were used as weapons in the Sankirtan parties on Hollywood Boulevard. Any demons came to bother the ladies or something.
If I remember correctly, there was one pastime of Prabhupada. Don't remember, maybe it was in India, but Prabhupada noticed that in the crowds of people, some were harassing his female disciple or disciples. And Prabhupada took the cartels. You remember hearing that one? Ah, okay. So this day is called Narayan Gora Tritiya in the Vaishnava calendar. Jīva Gosvāmī, Narayan Gora Tritiya. Do you know what that refers to? Okay.
Narayan is the month, Gora is the bright moon, Tritiya is third day.
Oh. Oh. So for the Vaishnava calendar, they call the bright moon Gora. Acha. Okay.
That's my speculation.
Oh, I see. What?
Philosophical level.
Yeah. Any word from Madhu?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll have to take up the mridanga. Not easy. Okay. Okay.
Shri Guru Govinda Gandhar Bhagavad Radha Vinod Bihari Radha Govinda Radha Madhuri Radha Lila Vishwan Vishnu Pad Paramaham Sukara Radha Sara Aspatara Sata Shri Srimad Asa Bhakta Ram
Ki Jai.
Lila Vishwan Vishnu Pad Paramaham Sukara Radha Sara Aspatara Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Ram
Ki Jai. 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 Jai ki Jai. Prabhu ki Jai. 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 There he is. Good. Jai. 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 Ki Jai. Jai. Ki Jai. Vrinda Ki Jai. Jai. Nande Hari Hari Bo. So we're going to sing the Shad Goswami Ashtakam.
It begins
Krishnot Kirtana. Krishnot Kirtana Gana Nartana Paro. We'll each read in English a verse each before we sing it. Perpetually immersed in singing, dancing, and heartfelt kirtan of the name, form, qualities, pastimes, associates, and realm of Sri Krishna, the 6 Goswāmīs embody the ocean of nectarian love. Dear to both gentlemen and ruffians, always engaged in pleasing activities, and completely free from envy. They are adored by all. They are the recipients of Sri Chaitanya's immense mercy, and they therefore remove the burden of the earth through the distribution of bhakti ras. I worship the 6 Goswāmīs, Sri Rupa, Sri Sanatan, Sri Raghunath Bhatta, Sri Raghunath Das, Sri Jīva, and Sri Gopal Bhatta. Next.
How does it start?
The second one, it starts Nana Shastra. Yeah.
But how does the English start?
How does the English? It starts, they are uniquely expert. Well, of course we know that one because we said it again and again every time we had a nectar or devotion class, right? So let me see if it's still there in my memory banks. Nana Shastra Vichara Naika. I forget exactly how the English starts. Yeah. 6 Goswāmīs were expert in scrutinizingly studying all the Vedic scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for all living beings. Something like that.
I can just read from
what is it? It's the, what is it?
They are uniquely expert.
Huh?
Nothing, the translation.
No, is it the same?
Yeah.
Oh, you're just on the Gaudiya Gita Guch. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm reading. They are
Uniquely expert in ascertaining the essence of all the Vedic scriptures, and they establish the supreme occupation of the soul, Bhagavad Bhakti. They are true benefactors of the people.
move that mic a little toward his.
Worlds, and affectionate to those who have taken shelter of them, due to the bliss of bhajan, of the lotus feet of Shri Radha Krishna. They have become like intoxicated honeybees. I worship Shri Rupa, Sanatan, Raghunath Bhatta, Raghunath Das, Jīva, and Gopal Bhatta Gosvāmīs.
Okay. Babadev? Yep.
They are enriched with deep faith in the process of describing the various qualities of Sri Gauranga. They nullify the great distress on them, the great distress generated from the sinful activities of embodied beings by showering on them nectarian songs about Govinda. They are especially expert in expanding the ocean of bliss, and they rescue all from impersonalism by imparting the secrets of bhakti. I worship Sri Rupa, Sanatan, Raghunath Bhatta, Raghunath Das, Jīva, and Gopal Bhatta Gosvāmī.
Joy. 4.
I always heard that. Is it aristocracy or aristocracy?
What?
Aristocracy, right?
Oh, aristocracy.
I always say aristocracy, but I was just curious.
Yeah.
They fully abandoned at once the association of kingly aristocracy, deeming it insignificant, and out of compassion, They humbly wore only loincloths and ragged cloaks. Thereafter, they repeatedly immersed themselves in the delightful billowing waves in the nectarian dress, the bhags felt by the devotees. I worship Śrīla, Sanatan, Raghunath Das, Jīva, and Gosvāmī.
Crowded with sweetly cooing cuckoos, swans, and cranes, as well as groups of peacocks, Vrindavan is shining beautifully with trees that have many varieties of gems inlaid beneath their roots. There, day and night, the Goswamis intensely worship Sri Sri Radha Krishna, thus endowing all jivas with the ultimate benefit of life. I worship Sri Rup Sanatan, Raghunath Bhatta, Raghunath Das, Jīva, and Gopal Bhatta Goswamis.
They would pass their time by daily chanting a fixed number of holy names, singing particular songs, and offering regulated obeisances to saints, deities, and the Lord's pastime places. Thus they fully conquered their urges of eating, sleeping, recreation.
What is that scraping sound right outside our window?
Always considering themselves to be unlimitedly lowly and insignificant, they became enchanted in sweet rapture by remembering Sri Sri Radha Krishna's construction. I worship Sri Rupa Sanatana
Construction?
Raghunath Das, Jīva, and Gopal Bhatta Gosvāmī.
Wandering along the banks of Radhakund or the Yamuna, and sometimes at Vangshivat, they would be forever seized by limitless transcendental states, intoxicated by the utter madness of praying. Overwhelmed with bhav, they would jubilantly sing about the exalted qualities of Sri Hari. I worship Sri Sanatan, Raghunath Bhatta, Raghunath Das, Jīva, and Gopal Bhatta Gosvāmī.
Your turn.
O Radha, Queen of Vrindavan, O Lalita, O son of Nanda Maharaj, where are you? Are you beneath the Kalpavriksha trees of Sri Govardhan Hill? Or are you in the forest on the banks of the Kalimbi? Thus calling out, greatly overwhelmed in separation, they would wander throughout the length and breadth of Vrajmandal. I worship Sri Rupa Sanatan, Raghunath Bhatta, Raghunath Das, Jīva, and Gopal Bhatta Goswamis.
That's it. Jai Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī Pad Tirubhav Mahamahotsav Titi Ki Jai. So, we'll sing the song. Krishnot Kirtana Kananartana Paro Premamritambo Nidhi Krishnot Kirtana Dera dera jana priyo priya karo Dera dera jana priyo priya karo Nirmatsaro pujito Dera dera jana Shri Chaitanya Kripa Bharo Bhuvi Bhuvo Bharavahantarako Chaitanya Bharavahantarako Bande Rupa Sanatana Raghujugo Shri Jīva Gopalako Bande Rupa Sanatana Raghujugo Jīva Gopalako Nana Shastra Vichara Naika Nipuno Sadharma Samstapako Lokanam hitakarano tribhuvane manyo sharanyakaro Radha Krishna Padara Vinda Bhajana Nandena Mataliko Bande Rupa Sanatana Raghurugo Shri Jīva Gopalako Shri Gauranga Gunanuvarnana Vidho Shraddha Samridhyanvito Shri Gauranga Gunanuvarnana Vidho Shraddha Samridhyanvito Papo Tapa Nikrintano Tanubritam Govinda Ganamrita Papo Tapa Nikrintano Tanubritam Papo Tapa Nikrintano Tanubritam Govinda Ganamrita Papo Tapa Nikrintano Tanubritam Govinda Ganamrita Anandam Buddhi Vardhanaika Nipuno Kaivalya Nishtarako Pande Rupa Sanatana Raghurugo Shri Jīva Gopalako Tyaktva Turnamasheshamandalapati Shrenim Sadatutshavat Putvadina Ganesha Karunaya Kopina Kantashrito Gopi Bhavarasamritabdila Hari Kallola Magno Muho Gopi Bhavara Samritabdilari Kalola Magno Moho Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghugo Shri Jīva Gopalako Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghugo Shri Jīva Gopalako Kujat Kokila Hamsa Sarasagana Kirne Mayura Kule Kujat Kokila Hamsa Sarasagana Kirne Mayura Kule Nana Ratna Nibadha Mula Vitapa Shri Jukta Vrindavane Radha Krishna Maharnisham Prabhajato Jivartado Yomuda Prabhajato Jivartado Yomuda Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghugo Shri Jīva Gopalako Sankhya Purvaka Nama Gana Natibi Kalavasani Krito Kalavasani Krito Nidrahara Vihara Kadi Vijito Chatyanta Dino Chayo Radha Krishna Guna Smritir Madhurima Nandena Sammohito Radha Krishna Arni Sammohito Nandena Sammohito Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyago Shri Jīva Gopalako Radha Kunda Tate Kalinda Tanaya Tire Chadvam Shivate Premon Madhava Shada Shesha Dashaya Grasto Pramato Sada Gayanto Chakada Harer Gunavaram Baba Vibhuto Muda Gayanto Chakada Harer Gunavaram Baba Vibhuto Muda Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghujugo Shri Jīva Gopalako He Radhe Braja Devi Ke Chalalite He Nanda Suno Kutaha Shri Govardhana Kalpa Pada Patale Kalindi Vanye Kutaha Santhaviti Sarvato Brajapure Ke Dairmaha Vivalo Gosanthaviti Sarvato Brajapure Ke Dairmaha Vivalo Vande Rupa Sanatano Rakujago Shri Jīva Gopalako O Vande Rupa Sanatano Rakujago Shri Jīva Gopalako Jaya Jīva Gosvāmī Jaya Jīva Gosvāmī Jīva Gosvāmī Jaya Jīva Gosvāmī Jaya Jīva Gosvāmī Jaya Jīva Gosvāmī Jīva Gosvāmī Jaya Jīva Gosvāmī Jaya Rupa Sanatan Rupa Sanatan Rupa Sanatan Jaya Rupa Sanatan Jaya Rupa Raghunath Jaya Rupa Raghunath Rupa Raghunath Jaya Rupa Raghunath Jaya Raghunath Bhatta Jaya Raghunath Bhatta Raghunath Bhatta Jaya Raghunath Bhatta Jaya Gopal Bhatta Jaya Gopal Bhatta Gopal Bhatta Jaya Gopal Bhatta Jaya Rupa Gosvāmī Rupa Gosvāmī Rupa Gosvāmī Jaya Rupa Gosvāmī Jaya Gurudeva 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 Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Guru Parampara Guru Parampara Guru Parampara Guru Parampara Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Krishna Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Radhe Govinda Jaya Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda Jaya Radhe Govinda, Radhe 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 Govinda, Radhe 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 Govinda. Radhe Govinda Jaya Radhe Govinda. Radhe Govinda Jaya Radhe Govinda. Radhe 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 Govinda. Radhe 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 Govinda. Oh Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga. Nitai 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 Gauranga. Nitai 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 Gauranga. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. Jai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. 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 Jai Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī Pada Ki Jai. Shri Jagadish Pandit Prabhu Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna Prabhu, you're back.
Yes.
Welcome.
So this is from Radharaman, Charnamri.
Okay. Jai.
For all of
Okay, we'll distribute it at the end of the class. Thank you. You're staying for a while?
yeah,
Okay.
here I will stay for 2 months.
Okay. Very good. Jai Prabhu.
I'll be back.
Yeah. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langayate girim Yat kripa tamaham vande Shri Gurun dinataranam. Vancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhubheva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo mahabhadanyaya krishna prema pradayate krishnaya krishna chaitanya namani gauratrishe namaha. He Krishna karuna sindho dina bandho jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostude. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Jayatam Suruto Pangor Mama Mandamater Gati Matsarvasva Padam Bojo Radha Madana Mohano Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadrumadha Srimad Ratnagara Singhasanasto Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Preshtalibhi Sevyamano Smarami Shriman Rasarasarambhi Vam Shivata Tatakstitaha Karshan Venu Svanayar Gopir Gopinata Shriyestunaha Brindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavachai Namo Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Sarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. First of all, I'm offering my unlimited Dandavat pranams and my Shraddha Pushpanjali at the lotus feet of my most worshipable beloved Gurudev Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Ashtatarasata Sri Śrīla A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Śrīla Prabhupada. Then I'm offering my same unlimited Dandavat pranams and my Shraddha Pushpanjali at the lotus feet of my most worshipable beloved Siksha Gurudevs, Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahansa, Asto Tarasata Sri Śrīla, Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Gosvāmī Maharaj and Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahansa, Asto Tarasata Sri Śrīla Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosvāmī Maharaj. I offer my unlimited Dandavat pranams to all of my Sri Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga and to the 6 Goswamis, especially Srila Jīva Gosvāmī Pad, whose divine disappearance day it is today. And also to another great associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Jagadish Pandit, whose appearance or disappearance? Disappearance day also on this day, on this tithi. So to start off, I want to read something from Srila Gurudev about Srila Jīva Gosvāmī. And there's quite a few articles, about 5 or 6. Disappearance day. So there's one here that is actually titled Srila Jīva Gosvāmī's Disappearance Day. This was given 16th of January in 2002 in Oahu, Hawaii. Yes, evening time. And this is part 1 of that class. Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, he begins by saying that today is a very auspicious day. It is the disappearance day of Srila Jīva Gosvāmī. We don't observe the disappearance days of Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Ram, or any other incarnation of Bhagavan, but we observe the disappearance days of his associates. So, by such observance, we learn many things about their worshipable Sri Sri Radha Krishna, Sriman Mahaprabhu, and Lord Nityananda Prabhu. We can understand how they practiced bhakti yoga and how they received the service of Krishna and Mahaprabhu. We can learn from their lives' examples how they accepted the process of sadhusanga, bhajan kriya, anartha nivritti, how they gradually developed nishta, ruchi, asakti, and rati. This is more important for us. Although they are Nitya Siddha devotees, they sometimes act as conditioned souls in the beginning, so that we can learn how a conditioned soul can become a pure devotee. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Swayam Bhagavan, Sri Krishna himself, who has taken the beauty and the intrinsic mood of Srimati Radhika, he came to this world. But it was Srila Rupa Goswami who established in this world his innermost heart's feelings. So if Srila Rupa Goswami had not come, perhaps we would not have known his identity. Srila Jīva Goswami served Srila Rupa Goswami, and the credit for all the publishing of Srila Rupa Goswami's literatures belongs to him. To who? Srila Jīva Goswami. By publishing Rupa Goswami's literatures, he established his innermost desire. At that time, it was very difficult to publish books because the authors had to write all their books with their own pens, as there were no printing presses. Jīva Goswami wrote down in his own handwriting every copy of every book of Srila Rupa Goswami. And there's actually a video here of Gurudev giving this very class. He was the topmost learned person at that time. Topmost. And he preserved the legacy of Srila Rupa Goswami. Because he was always with him, so he was able to write many commentaries in pursuance of Rupanuga Vaishnavism. If it were not for him, all of Srila Rupa Goswami's books would have been lost. He also preached especially to Sri Shyamananda Prabhu, Sri Narottam Das Thakur, and Sri Srinivasacharya. Try to practice serving the cause of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission as he has done. So-called gurus hanker to make many disciples. They spend so much money, they make so many agents, and they tell them, if you bring 5 disciples, I will pay you so much. This is going on nowadays. But Srila Jīva Goswami and the 6 Goswamis did not practice this. How many disciples did Srila Raghunath Das Goswami and Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, how many disciples did they have? Srila Jīva Goswami did not have any formal disciples at all. But the whole world is his disciple. Sri Shyamananda Prabhu was initiated by another guru, Sri Hriday Chaitanya. And Srila Narottam Das Thakur was initiated by Srila Lokanath Das Goswami. Srila Srinivasacharya was initiated by Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami. But they all came under the shelter of Srila Jīva Goswami. He then explained to them the Vedas, the Upanishads, and all other Shastras. And he also thoroughly explained to them all tattvas, established philosophical truths. They wanted to be initiated by him, but he refused. He told them, there are so many elevated Vaishnavas more qualified than I. Please, you should go to Lokanath Goswami, you should go to Gopal Bhatta Goswami. They had not intended to go to them. They wanted him to be their guru. Yet they followed his instructions. Srila Narottam Das Thakur went to Srila Lokanath Prabhu, and Srila Srinivasacharya Prabhu went to Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Lokanath Goswami refused to give Narottam Das Thakur initiation, although the Thakur waited for many years. At night, Narottam Das cleaned the place where Lokanath Goswami had passed stool, and finally, seeing his sincerity of purpose, Lokanath Goswami was bound to give him initiation. How long did he wait? Many years, it says here. Similarly, Gopal Bhatta Goswami never wanted to accept any disciples. By the request of Srila Jīva Goswami, he accepted only one disciple, Srinivas Acharya. However, those two disciples, along with Shyamananda Prabhu, they went to Bengal and they collected thousands and thousands of followers. Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji also never wanted to accept any disciples. Only by the special request of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur did he initiate his son, Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami. He saw in his own heart that if he did not initiate Srila Saraswati Thakur, that he would die. Srila Babaji Maharaj was therefore bound to give him initiation, but he gave no initiation to anyone else. His disciple Srila Saraswati Thakur performed a miracle. He made disciples in all of Bengal, all over India, and after that all over the world. And thus, who is more merciful, the guru or the disciple? We see that disciples are more merciful than their gurus. This is because they go out to everyone to invite them to experience the mercy of their guru. Then once, when Srila Lokanath Goswami and his disciple, Srila Narottam Das Thakur, were both engaged in bhajan, a very thirsty person came to them desiring water. And he went to Lokanath Goswami, who was chanting and absorbed, oblivious to his presence. Then when he went to Narottam Das Thakur, that baby sadhu, he called, gave it to him. Lokanath Goswami understood this, and later he told him, "You are not qualified. You should go at once to your village. I don't want a disciple like you, who has no faith in Sri Krishna Bhagavan's name. Krishna's name is Krishna himself. He has manifested all his power, beauty, and opulence in his name. That name is more powerful than he himself, but you have no faith in this truth." Then, Srila Narayan Maharaj, this is in brackets, Srila Narayan Maharaj explained on another day that in real bhajan, the devotee is personally serving Srimati Radha and Sri Krishna while chanting. Srila Lokanath Das Goswami told Srila Narottam Das that he was not qualified because he had interrupted his service to Radhika and Krishna and went to serve an ordinary man. Had Srila Narottam Das Thakur continued his bhajan, then Krishna would have been pleased, and the man also would have been pleased. The man would also have been pleased. By Lord Krishna's arrangement, he would have gotten water from another source. So, that's the end of the brackets. So Srila Narottam Das Thakur was so faithful that he followed his guru's instructions, and he also initiated thousands and thousands of disciples in the course of his preaching on his guru's behalf. I think that Srila Narottam Das Thakur is so much more merciful than his Gurudev. Although Lokanath Goswami is a Manjari, and Narottam Das Thakur is also a Manjari, it appears that Narottam Das Thakur is more merciful. He had mercy for all, as shown by his extensive preaching. In another way, however, we can see that Lokanath Goswami is extremely merciful because he parted with his only disciple who served him so intimately just so the people of Bengal could benefit. There are many teachings to contemplate in this regard. Srila Jīva Goswami, if he had not written the Sat Sandarbha, if he had not written Sri Gopal Champu, if he had not revealed his commentaries on Sri Ujjvala Nilamani, Sri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and so many other books, we would not be able to know the mercy of Srila Rupa Goswami. We therefore offer our obeisances today unto the lotus feet of Srila Jīva Goswami. We pray that we may serve our Gurudev as he served Srila Rupa Goswami. he manifested both Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Radha Krishna. It is very rare for anyone to be like him. End of this first part of this lecture. So, I'm just going to read one more. There's a lecture titled, Is Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī Different? It doesn't say from whom. The title is Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī Different? This is given in 2002 on the 23rd of November in Mathura in 2002. Now, in brackets, it says here that 2 days before Paramaradhya Śrīla Narayan Maharaj left Mathura to embark on his winter preaching tour in the West, he brought up a controversial topic in his evening class. He spoke for some time in Hindi, and he asked Sri Padmanabha Maharaj to convey the same ideas in English. And the following is a transcription of Sri Padmanabha Maharaj's talk. So, Sri Padmanabha Maharaj, Srila Gurudev has ordered me to speak, and I will explain up to my best level. Then Gurudev said, what is the question? First say the question. Madhav Maharaj, Srila Jīva Gosvāmī Pad, who is one of the 6 Goswamis, has stated that the Jivas are performing sadhan bhajan here in this world. In the meantime, in the Vaikuntha planets, meaning Vaikuntha, Ayodhya, Dwarka, Mathura, and Goloka Vrindavan, there are some Parshadas, associates of Bhagavan, who came from his effulgence, and they are in a latent or dormant position. So, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? This is the big one. In this topic, although I have not studied it, but this has come up again and again and again and again and again. I discussed this to some extent with Gora Prabhu in Los Angeles, who was writing that paper or book for Bhakti Swarup Sridhar Maharaj regarding the Swarup of the Jiva. And all of the different pramans and all the different evidences and so forth. But this is a quotation that also those who are in the Babaji line, they also use this quotation. So let's delve into it a little bit and see how we can understand this quote. So Gurudev is bringing this up. He already spoke about it in Hindi, and now he told Madhav Maharaj to tell what he told in English language. So, Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī Pad, who is one of the 6 Goswamis, he has stated that the Jivas are performing sadhan bhajan here in this world. In the meantime, as they are performing sadhan bhajan here in this world, in the meantime, in the Vaikuntha planets, meaning Vaikuntha, Ayodhya, Dwarka, Mathura, Goloka Vrindavan, in the meantime, there are some Parshadas, the associates of Bhagavan, who came from his effulgence. And they are in a latent or a dormant position. What does that mean? They're in a latent, these associates who came from the effulgence of the Lord are there in the spiritual world, in the realm, but they're in a latent position. Would it ever be possible for us to ever understand this? No. So now let's see if we can understand it according to the explanation being given. We close those 2 windows. There's too much skvozniak. You know what skvozniak is? Draft. And that's how you catch a cold. I'm very sensitive to that. And we can maybe close the door. We'll have to close it anyway. Oh, they already had. Okay, okay. All right. Here we go. I'm going to bring my little portable heater down here the next time. All right. So, there are some Parshadas, some associates of Bhagavan, who came from his effulgence. And they are in a latent or a dormant position. When a Jīva becomes perfect by performing sadhan bhajan, he obtains any one of these Parshada dehas, these bodies of these associates. Then he says, this is one side. Now we go on. On the other side, seemingly different from Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī Pad, are Śrīla Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Śrīla Baladev Vidyabhushan, Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī Pad, and all our acharyas up to the present day. They are saying that the Jīva already has a constitutional form, his own spiritual body, along with its transcendental qualities and services. But now his spiritual body is unmanifest or in a latent position. As the potency of an entire tree, along with its leaves, flowers, and fruits, is present in its seed, so everything is present in the soul, but in seed form. In this way, it appears that Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī Pad is on one side, and the other acharyas up to our present Guru Varga are on the other side. It seems that both ideas are quite opposite. How can we reconcile this apparent contradiction? Actually, these 2 points of view are not contradictory at all. We are judging from our mundane point of view, from the point of view of our material consciousness, and therefore we do not understand. Therefore, the 2 statements seem contradictory to us. From the point of view of our Guru Varga, there is no contradiction at all. So I will try to express what I have heard from Srila Gurudev. In his commentary of Sri Shikshastakam, first shlok, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, Cheto darpanamarjanam bhavamahadavagni nirvapanam Shreya kairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavadhu jivanam Anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam purnam ritasvadanam Sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna samkirtanam. Let there be all victory for the chanting of the holy name of Lord Krishna, which cleanses the mirror of the heart and stops the miseries of the blazing fire of material existence. That chanting is the waxing moon that infuses the white lotus of good fortune for all living entities to blossom. It is the life and the soul of all transcendental knowledge. The chanting of the holy name of Krishna expands the blissful ocean of transcendental life. It gives a cooling effect to the body and the soul as well, and it enables one to taste full nectar at every step. This is the translation from the Antya Lila, where Mahaprabhu is speaking in the final chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita. He's speaking Sikshastakam to Sri Rai Ramananda and Swarup Damodar Goswami. So, in this verse, 7 stages of bhakti are explained. Cetodarpanamarjanam contains Shraddha. Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam contains Sadhu Sangha. Bhajana Kriya Nanartha Nivritti, Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. Oh, sorry. Okay, again, Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam contains Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, and Anartha Nivritti. All 3. That Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam contains Nishta. And the subsequent lines contain the subsequent stages up to prema. Each stage is explained in each line. Purnamrita Asavadanam, it comes in the stage of bhav. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur discusses this in his commentary of Sri Sikshastakam. He writes that according to the sadhak's constitutional form, up to Gopika Deha, the body of a gopi, that particular body manifests at the stage of bhav bhakti. Gopika Deha Eva Prakatayeti. So I'm going to, again, Purnamrita Savadanam comes in the stage of bhav. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur discusses this in his commentary of Sri Sikshastakam. So he writes that according to the sadhak's constitutional form, up to the Gopika Deha, the body of a gopi, that particular body manifests at the stage of bhav bhakti. Gopika Deha eva prakatayeti. That's the statement of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Gopika Deha eva prakatayeti. That it comes in the stage of bhav. For those who have dasya bhav, the mood of a servitor, in their hearts, their relationship of servant and master will manifest when the stage of bhav awakens. For those who have a friendly relationship with Krishna in their dormant constitutional position, then that relationship will manifest. For those in a parental relationship in their latent constitutional form, that form will manifest. And for those who have a paramur mood, that will manifest. So whatever is in a latent position at this present time, that type of spiritual body will manifest at the stage of bhav. Srila Baladev Vidyabhushan Prabhu, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and others have all explained the same truth. Now, apparently contradictory to this, Srila Jīva Gosvāmī Pad has stated that there are spiritual bodies in the Vaikuntha planets waiting to be occupied by the liberated living entities. These spiritual bodies have manifested from the effulgence of Bhagavan. When jivas do bhajan and become perfect, they will be awarded one body from there. The jiva and that body combine. We have seen in the history of Sri Narada Rishi, here's an example being given from the 6th chapter of 1st canto, 28th verse, that Narada Muni, how did he attain his body? Here's the verse. Prayujyamane maitam shuddham bhagavatim tanum arabdha karma nirvano nyapatat pancha bhautika. Having been awarded a transcendental body befitting an associate of the personality of Godhead, I, is Narada telling his story to Vyasadeva, I quit the body made of 5 material elements, and thus all acquired fruitive results of work, karma, it all stopped. So how can we reconcile this? Then another verse is quoted from the 29th chapter of the 11th canto, verse 34. Martyo yada tyakta samasta karma niveditatma vichikirchito me Tadamritatvam pratipadyamano mayatma bhuyaya chakalpate vai. Translation: a person who gives up all fruitive activities and who offers himself entirely unto me, eagerly desiring to render service unto me, he achieves liberation from birth and death, and he is promoted to the status of sharing my own opulences. Then it is also stated in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 19, verse 151, that's the Rup Siksha. And here is the famous verse. Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beach. And we know, here is the translation. This is being quoted in the same context as the point that is being discussed about how the Jiva gets his body. So according to their karma, all living entities are wandering throughout the entire universe. Some of them are being elevated to the upper planetary systems, and some are going down into the lower planetary systems. And out of many millions of wandering living entities, one who is very fortunate gets an opportunity to associate with a bona fide spiritual master by the grace of Krishna. And then by the mercy of both Krishna and the spiritual master, such a person receives the seed of the creeper of devotional service. So the living entities are wandering throughout many Brahmandas. By the causeless mercy of Sri Guru and Krishna, a fortunate jiva receives the seed of bhakti called the Bhakti Lata, the desire to serve Sri Krishna. The word Guru Krishna has two meanings. One meaning is Sri Gurudev and Sri Krishna, and the second meaning is that Sri Guru is Krishna. There are two features of Krishna, Vishai Krishna and Ashray Krishna. Vishai Krishna is Bhagavan and Ashray Krishna is Gurudev. It is sometimes mentioned in Shastra that it is by the causeless mercy of Sri Gurudev, and sometimes it is mentioned that it is by the combined causeless mercy of Sri Gurudev and Vishai Bhagavan that we can get the Bhakti Lata Beach. So when we do sadhan bhajan, we gradually advance in bhakti, and then we achieve bhav avastha, the stage of bhav bhakti. And the symptoms of bhav avastha are shuddha sattva visheshatma, prema suryam susamyabhak, ruchibis chittamasrinya, kridaso bhava uchate. When devotional service is executed on the transcendental platform of pure goodness, then it is like a sun ray of love for Krishna. At such a time, devotional service causes the heart to be softened by various tastes, and one is then situated in bhav, transcendental emotion. Madhya 23:5. So in bhav avastha, then the samvit, the knowledge potency, then the ladini, the pleasure potency, they combine on the platform of sandini, the spiritual existence potency. So on this stage, called the stage of pure goodness, shuddha sattva, then the essence of sandini and ladini always resides in the hearts of the eternal associates of Sri Krishna. From there, from where? From their heart, it will manifest in our hearts by the causeless mercy of Sri Gurudev and Sri Krishna. Then we will know our swarup, our constitutional nature. But not before that. Before that, we can only imagine a little bit. And according to the Jiva's swarup, he will manifest his spiritual body. There are so many types of Bhagavat Parshadas, associates of Bhagavan in the spiritual planets, and we can get a body like them. So we can somewhat understand this by the example of Bharat Maharaj. So he was absorbed in thinking about his lost baby deer. So much so that in his next birth he became a deer. He did not become the same deer, but he became another deer. And similarly, by the causeless mercy of Gurudev and Krishna, when we do sadhan bhajan here in this world, we can gradually understand, at least intellectually, what we have heard from them. Even before entering the bhav stage, we will hear in a general way about the identity of our swarup and which bhav, dasya, sakya, vatsalya, or madhurya, to follow. Then when bhavavasta awakens, that mood will manifest. Some associates are dasya, some are sakya, some are vatsalya, some are madhurya. When we do bhajan, we gradually come to a mature stage, and we can achieve the mood of that eternal associate who is a personified ocean of the mood for which we aspire, either in Vaikuntha, Ayodhya, Dwarka, Mathura, Goloka, or Vrindavan. This is one of the meanings of Srila Jīva Gosvāmī's statements. Jīva Gosvāmī also means to say that since the swarup of the jiva, which is in an unmanifest or seed-like state in the jiva's conditioned life, it has everything in it in seed form, as a seed of a tree has the whole tree in it. So therefore, the planet on which we live, Vaikuntha, Vrindavan, etc., is also there in the soul. In this way, the parshada, the spiritual body of the jiva that is presently in a latent position, can also be explained. Then at this point, Srila Narayan Maharaj explains further in Hindi, and then Sri Padmanabha Maharaj resumes. Now up to this point, I'm just telling, I haven't seen yet how this has been explained. I have not heard yet the explanation of how these two different opinions, Jīva Gosvāmī and then all of our acharyas, the opinion that there's a spiritual form manifests there in a latent position in the spiritual world, and then the opinion that the form is already in a latent position constitutionally in the jiva. But there's not been any explanation here so far. Can you recognize any explanation? No. Okay, so then Srila Narayan Maharaj spoke further after Madhav Maharaj gave the presentation of what he just heard from Gurudev. Now Madhav Maharaj, he resumes. Our constitutional body is transcendental, but now it is in an unmanifest form. By the causeless mercy of Sri Guru, our form will manifest in our heart. And then we can realize it. Some anubhav, some realization, will come in the bhav stage, and not before that. As explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, prayudyamani, that it will manifest. Prayudyamani, it will manifest. In this world, our material language cannot express the transcendental thoughts that we want to explain. Some fault is bound to be there. And those on the transcendental platform can understand very clearly, but due to our absorption in the material world, we cannot understand. So when we develop in sadhan bhajan, we can understand and we can realize everything. Shuddha Sattva will manifest in our heart, and we will understand that transcendental form which is now in a latent position, because we will have attained our Siddha Swarup. That is called Prayudyamane. So we must perform sadhana and pray. And when God is pleased with us, then we'll understand. We can understand something by hearing the example of Mother Yashoda. This is from 10th Canto, 9th chapter, verse 18. Swamatu svinna gatraya vishrashta kabarashraja drishtva parishramam Krishna kripayasit swabandhane. Because of Mother Yashoda's hard labor, then her whole body became covered with perspiration, and the flowers and the comb were falling from her hair. And when child Krishna saw his mother thus fatigued, he became merciful to her and he agreed to be bound. So Mother Yasoda was trying to bind Krishna, and when Krishna saw her endeavor and her hard labor, his heart melted. Similarly, we have to do sadhan bhajan under the guidance of Guru and Vaishnavas, and when they see that we want only this and nothing else, asha hi dasye vrishabhanujaya, that they will bestow their causeless mercy upon us. So what I see here so far is that the only reconciliation given here, of course, we're understanding that when the mercy comes, when it manifests, all of this. But I've not seen yet a reconciliation between what Jīva Gosvāmī has stated and that. But there's one reconciliation which is, and that's in the final chapter of the Jīva Dharma. The same exact thing is stated there, that this all cannot be expressed by someone who has realized this. Like talking about all these 5 stages, you know, Shravandasha, Varandasha, and all of that. Very, very wonderful explanation in the final chapter. But what is stated very clearly by Gopal Guru Goswami, who's speaking this to Vijay Kumar, is that it's actually impossible to express these transcendental realizations that these perfected sadhakas will attain in material language. It's impossible. And the only way that someone will understand this is if they then become similarly realized on that level. Then somehow or other there's an ability between them. But to express this in the language that we're capable to utilize in the material world, our own words and thoughts and all of that, it's not actually possible to express it. So reading this is just like a small little portion of the entire discussion, because there's a lot more different quotations from different acharyas, a lot more quotations from Jīva Gosvāmī, especially from his Sandarbhas and so forth. So we're waiting for that. That hasn't yet.
Even in Jīva Gosvāmī's own Sandarbhas, there's so many different, like Sundar will just put a post on Facebook.
Yeah.
He's seeing significant differences between manuscripts.
Uh-huh.
And like comparing the manuscripts together and seeing how things are changed.
Oh, that's what we were saying the other day when you're talking with Sarva Bhavana. Remember? How there are different verses that have different words. And why is that? Because we already heard that. Initially, Gurudev was saying about Jīva Gosvāmī and that he was the scribe for Rupa Goswami. And that because everything was always done only by hand. So therefore, there was bound to be some difference, because sometimes they're also hearing it. So they may be processing it differently and then writing it in a certain way. Although it's not contradicting the meaning, that's very important to understand. Even if some word changes are there. In our studies, we've come up against this. We've seen this many times. That in some versions, it says this word, and in other versions, it says this word, like that. Mm. Oh. Who said this? No, but where is he getting it from? How does he know?
From his studies.
Yeah. Right. But I'd like to know where specifically that historical fact was stated by who? That Jīva Gosvāmī hired like professional scribes who didn't what? They didn't grasp. Oh, proficient in Sanskrit. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Right. Okay. Oh, because he's assisting him in his thesis. right? PhD thesis. Right. Where is he anyway in terms of the completion of that thesis? 1 more year? 1 more year. So this very topic, he's delved very deeply into it. Yeah. So we are patiently waiting. Because up to this point, I have not yet heard it. Apparently, Bhakti Swarup Sridhar Maharaj knows all the quotes and everything. And it doesn't contradict, actually, what Sundar Gopal Prabhu has also come upon. So there's, somehow or other, this is all going to come to a complete explanation that when we become sufficiently capable when we reach the stage of bhav, we'll be able to understand it. But I'm waiting that even if we haven't reached the stage of bhav, the presentation that's going to be given at least explains to us that there's somehow or other that there's not a contradiction between these two. That's the main point. It is. It is. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Srila Bharati Maharaj was asked, I think by Shamrani Didi, I heard this, that she asked him about this very point. Because a few years ago that became a very big, emotional topic. So anyway, but in a very simple terms, I heard that what he stated is that it can be both. It can be both. And according to Bhakti Swarup Sridhar Maharaj's very deep study of the Sandarbhas and everything, he's come to the same conclusion, that it can be both. And so the main thing is how to reconcile it, so that it can be understood that it's not only this way or it's not only that way, but there's some kind of combination, whatever. But, huh? Both?
You said that it can be both.
Yes. Both. No, both that, okay, there's two sides. One side is that Jīva Gosvāmī, as we just read, says there's a spiritual body there. Okay? But then we hear the explanation, which Madhav Maharaj gave very nicely, what he just heard Gurudev say about how all the other acharyas say something that's apparently different. Right? And what are they saying? No, it's inherent within the Jivatma. It's in a dormant condition and all of that. For sure, I mean, I've been hearing Srila Prabhupada in recent days, just taking note, because I listen to his lectures. Sometimes I'm taking prasadam, and these are very early lectures. Almost all of them that I'm hearing are early lectures. And Srila Prabhupada's, he definitely always used to say that this is always inherent within us. Like even in that first famous lecture on chanting, right? How does he express that? You remember? This transcendental sound vibration is not an imposition on the mind. It is the original energy of the living entity and so forth, like that. But Srila Prabhupada was always tending in that direction to say that it's already within you. It's within you, but it's not yet manifest. And when you become sufficiently advanced in the stages of bhakti, especially coming to the stage of bhav, then it descends down. Shuddha Sattva Visheshatma. So, but the question comes up that, well, we've been hearing continually from Gurudev also, especially from Gurudev, that Mahaprabhu came to give Manjari Bhav, right? And that this is the highest possible attainment of the Jiva. If you hear Srila Sridhar Maharaj, who's explaining that, Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, it's like there's nothing, there's no other thing higher than that. That is the topmost possible attainment of the Jivatma. To be the Dasi of Srimati Radhika. So the natural question is, am I or am I not? will I be or will I not be? Right? That question pops into everyone's mind. We just heard it. Some persons, they're attracted to Shanta, Dasya, something like this. And then that will be known and understood at the time of Bhav. But wait a minute. Anyway, there's a lot of other quotes which have been shared with me, a couple of years back when I was there in America, from the paper that is collecting all these different quotations. And they're very interesting. From Chaitanya Bhagavat, that Mahaprabhu, yes, he collected all the different associates of the different incarnations, right? But there's a quotation there where Mahaprabhu is raising his arms in the air and declaring, no matter what your rasa is, I will give you Madhurya rasa. Now what does that mean? I will give you Madhurya rasa. Then there's a, Yeah, apparently I have to find where the verse is exactly. So, but even that, I will give you. There's another reading that I did recently where it's told that Mahaprabhu was so merciful that even for these other associates, he gave them an entry into that realm. Not that they become that. Can Murari Gupta ever become a Manjari? But he's there in the kirtans, okay, where this is being just, an ocean is washing over everyone and drowning them. So they get a taste, they get some kind of experience of it. But that doesn't change their rasa. See, that's the whole thing here, I think. That's a very important aspect to the whole question. Because Mahaprabhu came, Anarpita Chirim Chirat verse is telling he came to give this. He didn't come to give Dasya, Sakya and all that. He came to give this. Is that not specifically mentioned in that verse? Did we not hear Srila Gurudev say this endlessly whenever he brought up that verse? Because the second line is saying what? Samarpaitum, to give. Unnata ujvala rasam swa bhakti shriyam. And Gurudev explained that the word shriyam, meaning beauty, is what? The beauty of her unnata ujvala ras, the topmost of Srimati Radhika's supreme stage of Mahabhav Prem, is being given not directly, but it's being given in the form of Manjari, because that is the shriyam of that mood. Just like we hear that the 8 manjaris, the Ashtamanjaris, are actually expansions of Srimati Radhika's qualities. We just heard it the other day, Nayana Mani Manjari, of the vision, the Nayana, the eyes, the vision of Srimati Radhika. Rupa Manjari, of the form, Rati Manjari. So all these manjaris, the original 8 manjaris, Ashtamanjaris, so they're expanded from Srimati Radhika herself. And they came to assist. If this was not so all-important, then why did Rupa Gosvāmī write an entire separate book called Ujjvala Nilamani? For those who are attracted to the Madhurya Rasa. So, this is what I heard from Gurudev, and you probably heard it as well, that Gurudev said that, and this is quite conceivable because the ability of the Supreme Lord is inconceivable. Agata gata na patiyasi. He can do what's impossible, he can make it very easily possible. So this mood of Madhurya Rasa, which Mahaprabhu came to give to the Jivas, which was never ever given before, and therefore the Ashtamanjaris descended in this world to assist him to give that. The books written by them are forgiving that, ultimately. But then at the same time, certain jivas are going to have some other tendency, because it's right there in the Jīva Dharma. Or here it is, the Jīva Dharma. It's right there. Where Vijay Kumar and Vrajanath both come to a realized stage, and then Vrajanath understands that I'm attracted to Sakya Ras, right? But Vijay Kumar is attracted to Madhurya Ras. So what did Gurudev say in this regard? This is what I heard him say. He says, I think that most of the jivas that are taking birth now in this Danya Kali Yuga, at the time of Mahaprabhu, are the ones especially who are attracted to and who are meant to attain this. In other words, that's what's there dormant in their Atma. But there will be some others as well. That's what I'm understood. That's what I've understood.
I heard him say that if someone is from another Ras, then they'll be attracted to some other sampradaya. And he mentioned
That's true. He also said like that. He would actually say it in a challenging way. He would say like, then why have they come into this sampradaya if they're not meant for this? They would be in some other sampradaya. They'd be in South India, Ramanuja, or whatever.
Then why was Vijay Kumar attracted to which?
Rajanath is the Sakya Ras.
So why was Arjuna attracted to Rajanath?
What do you mean?
No, he's saying like if the Jiva is only attracted to this, to our Guru Varga, if they're only if they're in that group, like Navadvip,
Yeah.
then according to the example of Jagadharma,
Yeah.
was Arjuna attracted to Raghunath Swami, like they
You mean the Raghunath Das Goswami?
Yeah,
Bob?
but it states in the answer to the question is there. It's one son, Saki, Vijay Kumar, the other son of Saki. So it's really at the same group, the Saki group.
Yes.
No, but my point is, why was he attracted? Like, why was he attracted? Like, you're just making the point that if somebody's mood isn't in that line, like, then they would be attracted to.
Another sampradaya, and they would end up there.
But that's not the example that we see in Jagadharma, like you just mentioned.
Okay, explain that further, the point. That's not the example that we see in Jīva Dharma.
Yeah, because he was attracted. Who was in Rajanath was in Sakyaras.
Yeah.
Was attracted to this mind also. Like, he didn't go to Sampradaya or anything.
Yeah.
Purayogota, why was he in Prasad?
That's Parshada.
But the group that include those Madhurya Ras includes the other Ras. So
Yeah.
therefore, why would they be attracted? Because they
Exactly.
see that
That's
with
the
that
point.
other Ras also.
The other sampradayas don't offer Brahmi Ras at all, except for
Well, for sure, the other sampradayas do not give the glories of Srimati Radhika. And they do not expand upon that. And that's Mahaprabhu is the one who did it. Otherwise, that song, Yadi Gora na hoite, what is it? Yadi Gora na hito. Tabe ke hoito, kemone dorita de. Radhara Mahima Prem Ras Sima Jagate Janatoke. Who in the whole universe would have been able to know the supreme end limit of Prem of Srimati Radhika if Gauranga had not come? And then it continues like that, you know. So that no other sampradaya has barely touched on the glories of Srimati Radhika. Only in this, because Mahaprabhu is Radha and Krishna, so only he can give that. Something more?
And just a question. I know when we're talking about the world, the spiritual world, everything's infinite, so it's kind of hard to speak about ratios. But in the Chintamani verse, it says that hundreds and millions of Lakshmis are serving Govinda.
Is it the
I'm not quite following the point. Did you get that?
I think so, but I think Shanti should explain this one.
That is more prevalent, that the manifestation of Radhika's training manifests so many, so
Mhm.
much Madhurya Rasa in the forms of her personal expansion and mantras and so many. But the other rasas are not as plentiful, they're not as prevalent. And so therefore even here in this world there will be more who are prevalent in that rasa. They're just waiting for you.
I don't understand what you mean by prevalent in this context. Prevalent.
I was saying that, everything's infinite there, but just in terms of ratio,
Uh-huh.
what is happening in the local Vrindavan, in the Chintamani verse, there are tens and thousands.
Of Lakshmis, yeah.
So is it the same proportion in the other rasas, the Madhurya rasa prevalent?
Is what the same proportionately?
The other rasas, whereas the
Yeah.
Madhurya rasa is the most dominant, and therefore there's more jivas in that rasa, because they're going to expand.
So what you're kind of saying is that of the 5 rasas, you're looking at dividing the 5 rasas into sections, that this rasa contains such and such percent. This rasa contains more percent. But percent of what?
I preface it by saying it's
Huh?
hard to speak about ratios and so many, but at the same
Huh?
He's talking about people who are in that rasa.
The people who are in that ras, what?
Like, how many gopis are there?
I think there's more yogis compared to gopas
Like, and then I think
I mean, I'm kind of...
It's the original rasa, so there normally be more of that, and then as it expands.
Wait a minute now. All the gopis have to be married, Baba. You remember that? So how's there going to be more gopis than gopas?
There's a conception
No. They get married.
in here.
only Boma.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Boma Vrindavan, that's all we can know. Yeah. In the Goloka, it's all conception. So,
It's a question.
I know, but...
It's a declaration.
Okay, but the question is kind of like, are there tremendously more in the Madhurya rasa of the personalities who are tasting the Madhurya rasa in the spiritual world? Like if you divide the village of Vrindavan,
It's all, because it's all proceeding through us, it's all, saturated, even in Roma, everyone feel Radharani's pain, even though Yashoda feels her pain.
well, everything is influenced by that. Everything is influenced by the Parakya ras.
Proceeds from Shrimati, and she's the
Yeah.
originator
Right.
of all service to Krishna. Therefore, wouldn't her glory be more manifest than the glory of those in Sattva?
Well, of course, but you're putting that in a different way now, because what you were talking about was quantitative. So, but you're talking about now her glory is more. Okay, so the quantity of her glory is greater. Yeah, I don't see any problem with that. But I didn't quite understand, because you started the whole question with, in the Chintamani verse, it says there, Lakshavriteshu surabhira vipalayantam lakshmi sahasra shata sambrama sevi. Yeah, because that's the main thing. That's the main show going on, and everything else is based upon that. Yeah, definitely the whole, because it's called the Adi Ras. That's very important to understand. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Prabhupada quotes in his introduction and in the purport to the first shloka, that the Adi Ras, the Madhurya Rasa. So all the other rasas are subordinate, naturally, but they're also dependent upon, because the whole show is Krishna's Ashtakaliya Leela. That's the whole show that's going on. And 24 hours in all 8 parts, he's just absorbed in the gopis and meeting with the gopis, although he's playing with the cowherd boys and this and that. But the whole arrangement of Yogamaya is so that those pastimes in Madhurya Ras can take place. I mean, Gurudev has even said Mother Yashoda has manifested from Srimati Radhika. Because all the moods, all the rasas are there in the Madhurya Rasa, and Srimati Radhika is the embodiment of that. So the other associates and so forth who are serving, especially in feminine forms, somehow or other, the intensity of their rasa with Krishna, because Mother Yashoda is the eternal mother. She's eternally the mother. Nanda Maharaj is eternally the father. And in the spiritual world, everyone knows that. And of course, they never think about these kind of questions, what we're contemplating. But the prominence of Srimati Radhika, her prem, it's only coming in this sampradaya. It's not coming in Ramanuja sampradaya or any of those other sampradayas. So to go back to the main point that we're discussing is this whole, how do we understand what we can attain? Because what if now I want to attain, having heard from Gurudev, having heard from the Shastras, having chanted every single year during Kartik, the Radha Kripa Kataksha Stavaraj and Namami Nandanandana. And so the Madhurya Rasa, just like at the end of the Damodar Ashtakam, what is the final statement there? Namo Radhikayai Tvadiya Priyayai Namo Ananta Lilaya Devaya Tubhyam. So his whole meditation of, Satyavrata Muni, right? Satyavrata Muni. His whole meditation eventually culminates only in Srimati Radhika's glories. And that's why he becomes overwhelmed at the very end and glorifies her. But in the other sampradayas, they're glorifying Lakshmi Devi and so forth, who are their Ishta Devas. But the manifestation of Srimati Radhika as the very, Mahabhav Swarupa. She is the very form of Mahabhav. And no other form can experience that. Not even the queens of Dwarka, right? Can they experience Mahabhav? We can study Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī's Ujjvala Nilamani, and we can see, are they experiencing Mahabhav? What have you heard in that regard, Obadev? You're saying yes, they can. But they're not even experiencing Parakiya Bhav. Huh? Yes. But they are not endowed with that in their constitutional form there. They have become attracted, of course. They become attracted to that. The Mathura Ramanis also, they were glorifying the gopis when they saw Krishna's form enter the arena of Kamsa. And then they began to say those beautiful shlokas. How fortunate are the gopis? Only they can see Krishna in his purely original form, in his purely original environment of the forest and with all the cows and all the gopis. They can see him, but we're only seeing him now. Where's his peacock feather? It's not there. Where's his pitambara? Not there. So they can recognize, they can experience that, oh, the gopis are really the most fortunate because they see Krishna in his natural form. But now we have to see him in this modified way. So, anyway, gone over time? No, we haven't. So this is a good topic, yeah, good topic. We are going to continue churning. This is basically a churning class. We're learning how to churn. Because gopis churn, don't they? If we want to become a gopi, we have to learn how to churn, you know? So we're going to have to do some practice. And all this nectar, it all has to be churned. We can't only just read it and enter it. No, it has to be churned, it has to be meditated upon, it has to be discussed, it has to be... Also, there's an explanation in the final chapter. There's an explanation how there's a systematic way of hearing. And that's very intriguing and interesting. We'll get to that in our next class. How there's a systematic way. There's two different types of Shravan Dasha. And one is systematic and the other is not. So there's so many details are there. I'm getting anxious to, but we have to proceed step by step. Jīva Gosvāmī's Disappearance Day had to be discussed, but what nectar just came out of that, right? So much. So it's endless. It's endless. And we will continue on, what's today? Tuesday, yeah. So another few classes before Rishabhdev decides to go for a trip to Dwarka. Huh? Literally, he's going to Gujarat, okay? So, just looking at the calendar here, we got, okay, today is the 14th. So today is Sunday, the 14th. So we have the 16th, 18th, Tuesday, Thursday, and then on Sunday there's Putrada Ekadasi. However, before that day, on the Friday, there's a very important appearance day that we have to observe in Mayapur. And that appearance day, we'll leave it a mystery for everyone until that time. So we will be definitely going across the Ganga on that day with great expectations to fulfill. So then there's the Putrada Ekadasi on 21st, and then there's the Tuesday class. And then on the 25th, the Thursday, Rishabhdev Prabhu, Nischinta Didi, they depart on a flower airplane, but they don't make it all the way to Vaikuntha. They have to come down from Goloka and Braj, and they have to land in what? Dwarka. Okay? So whatever they attain in Dwarka, they have to bring some of remnants back for us. So then he has told us that he will definitely return, but don't trust. Because devotees of Krishna, they can say that again and again. Krishna himself says that. I will return in 2-3 days. But then he didn't return for 100 years, you know. But at any rate, Rishabhdev has promised to return before the 103rd anniversary of Śrīla Gurudev's appearance day, which is on the 9th, the Friday of February. So that means that he has to come back probably at least on the 7th, maybe. And because he's an astrologer, so he'll know exactly what date. That's the Wednesday the 7th is the Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Trivikram Maharaj's appearance day. And then the day before that is Sattila Ekadashi on the 6th of February. That's a good time to travel, so we'll see. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so.
That's where
I'm expecting it, and we can discuss it. I'm sure there won't be a problem because that's Gurudev's appearance day. So naturally he'll have a program there. Okay, and then, so anyway, he'll be gone. He'll be gone from the 25th until about the 6th or so, so a little less than 2 weeks, a little bit less than 2 weeks. And then after that, the next week, we've got 3 big days in a row, 3 weeks in a row after that, with 3 big days. The first one is Sri Advaita Acharya Saptami, his appearance day. And in the same week is Vasanta Panchami and all of those other. So that's the week just after your return. Then the next week also has like a whole lineup, you know, and particularly Nityananda Trayodasi on the Thursday of that week, which he has invited the other day to be there for maybe 3 days in a row. He was suggesting that we do like a conference on Nityananda Katha, and they got that book Nityananda Charitamrita, and he wanted to, he was asking me, if you can come, we'll get a room for you here, and then we can have morning and evening Katha, and we can really churn the pot of Nityananda Katha. But the day before that, Nityananda Trayodasi is Varaha Dvadashi. And the day before that is Bhaimi Ekadasi. So those 3 days in a row, probably those would be the best days, I think. I've never been here for that. Varaha Dvadashi, they have a big celebration for that? But have you been here before? That they have a... Do they have some kind of special celebration on that day? Yeah. What do they do? Were you here for Varaha Dvadashi? You're talking about in Vrindavan or here? Yeah. Well, that's the question. If it's an actual celebration. Okay.
I mean, of course they do like separate abhisheks for them, but probably
yeah, they'll do something like that, but I don't think there's going to be a festival and like, you know, Varaha Dev Katha, morning and evening. I don't think so.
But they might do like a little kirtan for like an abhishek.
Probably there will be, yeah. That's also Ekadasi. So Ekadasi, then Varaha, that's Ekadasi, then Varaha Dvadashi, that's Dvadashi, and then Nityananda Trayodasi. So those 3 days, that'll probably be the 3 days, I think, that will go over there, if we decide to do that or not. And then the next week is the biggie, 150th anniversary of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada's appearance. So that's the big one. So, and Gaur Govinda Maharaj, Disappearance. Last year we were there. That's the first time on that day that we were there at the Bhaktivedanta Kunj. We'd never gone there before. And we were invited, and Ashram Maharaj was also here, Sajan Maharaj, Shoti Maharaj, of course that Raghava Maharaj, myself, and we all spoke something about, it was mainly a Gaur Govinda Maharaj Katha. Yeah. mainly Gaur Govinda Maharaj Katha. But this year, this is the 150th anniversary, so, of Srila Prabhupada, so that'll be the big festival. I would think that probably Bodhayan Maharaj, who's been blowing the festival horn all over the world, that he probably will be here, I would think. Let's see. Gaur Premanande. Okay, Madhukarji. Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gaur Haribo 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 Jai Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jīva Gopal Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Sad Gosvāmī Prabhu Ki Jai Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Jagadish Pandit Appearance Day Ki Jai Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Om Brindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavachai Namo Nama Mancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva Cha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
I have Sama Prashad from Radha Damodar.
Yeah, but somebody else came before you with Radharaman Mahaprasadam.
I have that upstairs, but since today Jīva Gosvāmī